I really wanted to be a painter, but unfortunately, when I was painting, I didn't like my touch. I felt that it revealed too much of myself and I wanted something more anonymous. The first time that I made a print and put it in the developer, I was so taken. It was so magical, watching it float up into in the chemicals and an image appeared, and I thought, all right, this is for me. My name is Diana Michener, and I'm a photographer.
I think very few people are aware of her amazing being able to see into the future, as it were, as an artist. I think she's a very, very way out there artist who a lot of people don't understand. They just don't get it.
Because of the system here, there's a whole ritual of waiting. And Jim doesn't like to wait, and he got very impatient, and so he said, I'm not going to be able to make these books here. It takes too long. And I said, well, why don't we get an apartment, and then you can paint while you're waiting. And that was an old bike shop that we took and moved in.
What's going on?
Did you sing?
Did I sing? I did, yeah.
Which one? What did you sing?
I think the bees, no? Do we have any wine vinegar?
Yes.
Or is it all balsamic?
No, we have wine.
Good wine.
I'm slower than Jim, but he has to move. And that's just in his nature. He's restless. He says he's Gemini and that he just has to move all the time. For me, it gives me a sense of freedom from myself. I don't get completely trapped in a kind of ritual of insignificance, I'd say, of daily life. So your mind's free because you realize that you're not making a nest, you're making a life which is involved with your work, and that's exciting. You can't even believe it. Yes, coming.
Get your cane down.
We often have the same way of looking, but we're completely different. We're complete personalities, we're completely art, we're complete everything. But we're able to help each other because we enjoy each other's work. My most important critic? Jim. Yeah, for sure.
Are you his?
I don't know, you've got to ask him. I don't know if he'd say that.
Yeah, absolutely. She's very, very tough critic. She's a tough critic and she's brilliant. And a cultured person who has looked at a lot of painting. So, and I think her photographs show that.
America now, I'm in despair about America. We have such a terrible president, we have such a terrible people that are bigoted and racist. The whole system is collapsing, but that's where my farm is, sort of. We don't have animals, but I have a fantastic garden, and it's free, and the sky is big. I miss that, yeah. The landscapes actually are my most, in some way, on the surface, my most impersonal work. And with this book, Trance, I really wanted the landscape to have the feeling of my vision and not a kind of document. And that's why in the book I don't say where I was. I just want you to feel the elements of landscape. I needed to go to someplace strange or different or someplace I'd never been because I didn't want to feel comfortable. I didn't want to feel easy with it. I wanted to be sure that I was on the lookout, that I was always searching. When I got out there, I got sort of overcome by the totality of the sky, the land, the air, the foliage, and me. And the exciting part too was to be that small in this big expanse of the world. So you have a whole other relationship to yourself and to the land, because it has placed you in the right place in relation to the universe, I think. And I didn't know what I would do with this kind of space. You have to have a frame around it. So it doesn't just sort of go on forever, which landscape does. And so to try and get the idea that there was more in the frame than you captured, to get the feeling that it extended, that frightened me. I didn't know how I was going to be able to do that. I was very aware of the people that had walked this earth before me. So I knew that I hadn't been the first. And that took up a whole part of your imagination. But the solitude is so profound that it's overwhelming. But it's not solitude that makes you depressed. It's solitude that makes you feel you belong to a big extension of human beings and the earth. It's a very deeply moving experience.